Go.
Hey guys, welcome to Snap Copy's Snappy Copy Tips. We're working on the name. I'm Leanna Patch. This is my partner, James Turner, and
Hello.
we are talking today about how to evaluate whether your copywriter has actually done a good job, especially if you're not familiar with what good copy is. How do you know that the work you've been delivered is great? James, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a subjective thing that's hard, especially for business owners who are so entrenched in their own projects to get around. So I think this is definitely something that people could talk more about. Um, I think that one of the main things is like to not think about whether you like it personally, as it
Yeah,
does it sound like exactly what I want to hear? Because generally speaking, if you're a business owner, you are not your target customer.
yeah, for sure. I think that's a really good point that a lot of people, especially people who are new to hiring copywriters, sometimes miss. And it is it's the jarb of the copywriter.
Get the job done.
It's the job of the copywriter to give you more context about why this is going to work for your audience and to do some of that research so that they can point to it and say, actually, we know what will resonate with your audience because we've done that before. So hopefully your copywriter has done some of that before sitting down to write. I think other ways to evaluate, did they meet the brief? Did they do what you have asked them to do, or did they deliver something totally different? And did they also consider how this copy will live inside a larger context or the larger funnel?
Mm.
So if you ask somebody to write ad copy and it's very clear that they haven't visited the landing page, that the ad will lead to, they probably didn't do that great of a
It's
job.
not going to match up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one other consideration, and this isn't an expectation, but did they over deliver? Did they give you something a little extra, or make a suggestion for a test that you could run, or tell you what your next steps are with the copy so that they don't just send you a Google Doc and sort of like leave it up to you, because that's just adding more work to your plate as a client, right?
For sure. Yeah. I was thinking, going back to what you said earlier, and then you brought up Google Docs, like that. One of the great things about delivering in Google Docs is that you can write comments that like
Mm-hmm.
work as asides. Like, here's a headline, and then here's the sort of like logical explanation as to why we chose this, and to
Yeah.
contextualize it. Like, or sometimes because we don't really offer revisions with Snap, we'll put in a comment, and if we are like aren't sure which way you're going to land on something, we'll be like, well, if this is the case, then here's what we suggest, and if this is the case, then here's what we suggest. And I think
Right. Right.
I think that's like a fundamental thing, especially in the digital like copywriting world, where everything's so, suddenly you're like, oh, I need two segments for this, or,
Yeah. Exactly.
sometimes you can make a suggestion that opens a business owner's mind to two different directions to take. And then if you don't provide a copy to match, then,
Then it's not helpful. Then
no,
it's
yeah,
just kind
you're
of like
like,
showing off.
yeah,
Yeah.
here's half of what you need,
Yeah.
kind of
And
thing.
I think, especially because we do so much commenting in our Google Docs when we deliver to make sure that the context is really clear, um, you know, it's almost taking the place of a video. So I
Mm,
know myself and a lot of other copywriters with larger projects, when we deliver them, we record a walkthrough video if
yeah.
we can't get live on the call with the client. And with Snap, the reason that we can turn around things so fast is because we can't get live on a call with a client, or because we don't get live on a call. We just
Yeah.
do the work according to the brief, make sure it's great, and then send it off. Uh, but we make sure that those comments are in there to explain why we've made decisions, or what you can do alternatively if like this phrase doesn't work for you, or resonate with you, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to toot our
Nice.
own horns, but like to toot our own
Yeah.
a
A little bit
bit.
of tooting.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to say on how to evaluate your copywriter?
No.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah. I think
Apart from like
that's,
interpersonal things, like if you don't like them or you feel like they're not honest, then don't
yeah, I didn't want to go
work
there
with
because I
them.
was
Yeah, I always want to go there.
like in general in life, as a piece of life thought, is like, if it gives you a bad feeling, just
Yeah,
listen to that bad
go
feeling,
away. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
Like if it makes you feel icky, like fine, you're not the target user. But if it like genuinely makes you feel gross, don't put that out.
yeah.
Like, you don't have to put out gross copy just because it'll make you money. I don't think that's the point of anyone's business, really.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
if your copy's in alignment with your message, go ahead and test it the way that it was written by the experts you hired to do it. I think that's it for us today. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll have a better name for you next time.
Cool. Bye.